DHCounterX is a generator plugin for Final Cut Pro 10 and Motion 5 that provides a quick and easy way to create animated counters or timers. To start, I'll find DHCounterX in the Digital Heaven category of the generator's browser, and I'll press Q to add it to the timeline as a connected clip over this colour background. I'll select the clip and press Ctrl D to change its duration to 10 minutes. And if I skim through, you can see it counts up from 0 up to 9 minutes 59 seconds at the end. So let's look at the parameters in the Generator tab of the inspector. Near the top are controls for position, font, alignment, text colour, size and tracking. So I'll change the font to Helvetica Bold, make it right aligned, increase the font size, and also move it over to the right. I'll just zoom in on the viewer so we can see clearly what's going on. So below these text controls is the format control, which has options for displaying time as seconds, minutes and seconds, or hours, minutes and seconds. Below this is a checkbox which determines if leading zeros are shown on the counter. For NTSC frame rates, there's also an option to match up with timelines set to drop frame timecode. Then below that is the all-important direction control, which has 4 options: count up from custom time, count up to custom time, count down from custom time, and count down to custom time. There's also a speed slider which makes it easy to match the counter to a clip that's running slower or faster than real time. By default, the custom time that's mentioned in the direction control is 0, but you can set it in the field below to any time you like. So let's imagine we want to count up from 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I'll enter 3:52 into the custom time. And if I move the playhead to the first frame of the timeline, you can see it now counts up starting at 3 minutes and 52 seconds. If you want to change the colons between the numbers, you can change the time separator here. And below this is the control for subseconds, with options for frames, tenths of a second, and hundredths of a second. Again, you can change the custom subseconds time and the separator right here. Finally, there are controls for the appearance of the counter, which includes shadow or outline effect on the text, changing the background box type, colour, opacity, size, position, and stroke. Or alternatively, you can hide the box altogether if you just want the numbers. So that's almost it. Apart from I did miss out a couple of controls right at the top, named display type and static text. DHCounterX has 2 types of display. The first one, which we've been looking at, is called counter, and the second is static. If you choose static, then the numbers don't actually animate over time, and you can enter any time you like into the text field below. So why might you want to use static mode? Well, one useful situation is if you're making a counter for a sporting event and you want to hold the time when the winner crosses the line. So I'm going to hold the counter at a time of 12 minutes, 51 seconds and 73 hundredths of a second. If I move forwards frame by frame, you can see that the counter never actually reaches the exact number we want, which is 73 hundredths. But that doesn't really matter because the static mode can show anything we like. So I'll just press Command B to split the clip at the closest frame where it says 72. Note that because I've split the clip, the second clip also starts at 3 minutes 52 seconds value that we set earlier. So I'll select the second clip, set its mode to static, and enter 12:51.73. If I play the timeline back, the counter will count up and then hold on the static value we've just entered. The great thing about having the static value as a separate clip is you can easily adjust its duration, and the same technique can be used to give a hold at the start of the counter instead. So that's DH Counter X from Digital Heaven.